The Minnesota State Capitol grounds are a fitting home for monuments to several great Minnesotans, and to a couple of other great men whose ties to Minnesota history are, well, let's just say they're a bit questionable. The first memorial was dedicated in 1912. Atop a granite pedestal stands the bronze figure of John Albert Johnson, who served 3 terms as governor, beginning in 1904. Figures around the base represent Minnesota industries. The public donated $25,000 to build the monument, with no single contribution allowed over $1. The plaque reads, "This monument is raised to his memory by 100,000 of his friends." On a matching pedestal at the other side of the stairs, the statue of another former governor stands. Knut Nelson is called a brave son of Norway, a true patriot, and a distinguished citizen of Minnesota. Nelson is also honored as a Civil War veteran and for serving 28 years in the U.S. Senate, longer than any other Minnesotan. Rounding out the Governor's Hall of Fame is the monument to Floyd B. Olson, who was the state's first Farmer Labor Party governor in the 1930s. He died in office at the age of 44. Another statue identical to this is located in Minneapolis on Highway 55, also known as Olson Memorial Highway. One of Minnesota's most famous sons was celebrated not for his politics, but for one daring accomplishment. Charles Lindbergh made the first non-stop solo flight across the Atlantic in 1927. This sculpture, entitled The Boy and the Man, shows the young Lindbergh dreaming about flying and the man he became who achieved that dream. A more abstract monument is the one made of spiraling bronze pyramids and walls that honors the life and work of St. Paul native Roy Wilkins. Wilkins led the NAACP for 22 years and was a major leader in the civil rights movement of the 1950s and 60s. A relief portrait of him is tucked away inside a hinged panel. On Columbus Day in 1931, an association of Italian Americans dedicated a statue to Christopher Columbus, whom they proudly revered as the discoverer of America. Apparently, that did not sit well with some other citizens who later dedicated their own statue to the discoverer of America. But according to them, he was a Viking named Leif Erikson, and he reached America around the year 1000, not 1492. Every one of these men is remembered for doing extraordinary things in his lifetime. Spend some time visiting these monuments, and imagine what heroes future generations may honor here on the state capitol grounds.